This is MC Fireside Chats, a weekly show devoted to the outdoor hospitality industry, hosted by Brian Searl and Cara Csizmadia. You'll hear from special guests that focus on topics to help your business succeed, all backed by Modern Campground, the most innovative news source in the industry.
Welcome, everybody, to a very special Christmas episode of MC Fireside Chats. Now, before we get started, I want to just preface this by saying that if you are here for knowledge or education or anything useful like that, you're probably not going to get it on this Christmas special, because we're not focused on building your business tonight. We're going to show you some very cool Christmas light displays that, of course, you can use and take that knowledge away from. We're going to talk about some Christmas. We got a KOA who's going to show us around their park. We're going to talk about some other Christmas properties and show some videos and some cool things that are going on. And so, of course, you can use that to enhance your Christmas light display. But really, we're focused on having fun here tonight. You see, I've got some eggnog. Cara's got some coffee. This is definitely spiked with something, which we'll go over later in the show. And we've got Santa. We've got all kinds of things. So, Angela, if you want to just kind of take us on a tour and just like maybe have everybody introduce themselves, and we'll start there.
Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and have the man, the myth, the legend, Santa, introduce himself.
Hi, this is Santa Claus. I'm here at the North Pole. I'm surprised how good the picture looks tonight, all the way up here coming down there.
Is that must be the Starlink internet that Elon is building?
Yes.
It's really good for campgrounds in the future, so it must work at the North Pole.
Yeah,
it's good partnership.
Seems like it's working good.
And then we also have Lee. Lee, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us where you're from.
Oh, do we have Lee?
Uh-oh.
All right, well, Lee's having some audio issues. We will come back to Lee, we promise. Do we have anybody else, Angela? Because I'm staring at my phone, I can't see.
No, those are the only two additional guests, excuse me, that are joining us tonight.
All right, so we're going to get Lee back. We don't promise, because who knows? It's the internet. We're literally outside, like,
need some
there's snow
Starlink
on the ground. Have you guys seen this? Like, I decorated a tree back here for you. I've got a blow-up Santa, which you can see on Cara's camera.
Yeah,
We've
over
got a
here.
campfire going in the yard. There's snow. I'm in Calgary, Alberta. And then there's another camera. We got heated seats and a little wood pellet stove and some Christmas lights up there going. So we really kind of went all out for you guys. So I don't know what we're going to talk about, but at least it looks pretty. So
It looks fantastic.
thank you, Santa. That's high praise coming
Yeah,
from you.
that really matters.
Yeah. And then there's puppies too. Can you guys see the puppies? Like on some camera, there's like 3 of them. So my dog Riley, who's a Yorkie, Cara's dog Macy, and then this random puppy named Jake from my neighbor. And they're all kind of eating each other.
They're wrestling in the snow.
That can only end well.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have Leah back, or do we want to start with something else, Angela? What do you think we should go with?
We can't, Lee, can you hear us, Lee? We can't hear you.
All right, we'll let Lee sort out her issues. Angela,
Sure.
What do we want to talk about first? Like, I feel like you've got all these videos, these articles that Modern Campground specifically has covered about these amazing Christmas light displays. Is there one that really stuck out to you want to start with, or we just want to kind of go in order? Or?
I think.
That was
What
fun
was
sound.
that?
I don't know,
Just
but I
looking
think
up
we
to
could
see if there's
probably.
aliens or something.
I think we could probably just kind of start talking through some of them. So some of the articles that I pulled are of parks that are.
I think I'm back.
Taking their... Hey,
Lee!
Yay!
Welcome, Lee. Please introduce yourself. Tell us where
Yes,
you're at,
please.
what you're doing, and why
Sorry
you're here.
about. We are in Fort Collins, Colorado, at the Fort Collins Lakeside KOA, in our Winter Wonderland weekend.
Awesome. What is the winter one? What should we ask that already, Angela? Angela's really the one in charge here because I'm drinking eggnog.
Oh, geez. Let's get right into it. So, Lee, please tell us a little bit about your park, and then tell us about the event that you are hosting.
No, freezing.
And we can't wait to see what you guys have.
Absolutely. So we have we're open year round. We have RVs, tents, and cabins, and activities every single weekend throughout the year. Over the winter, we like to encourage the 4 seasons. So we do winter wonderlands. We do some snow activities. However, there's no snow in Colorado right now.
Shame.
It's 60 degrees.
Yeah, I've heard it's been really warm.
What is
It is
happening?
crazy warm. However, we also do, we have huge Halloween weekends, and that's usually the coldest, actually, the last couple of years. But lots of site decorating, lots of trick-or-treating, lots of activity with our guests.
Do you have, are you outside with the lights now, or?
I am. I'm going to turn the camera so you can see what we've got going on over here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just don't blame me. I'm impatient. It's a problem.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's okay.
Ooh.
So we've got our, I don't know if you guys can see it or not.
Yeah.
So nice.
We have a train that we run. So we've got our holiday winter train, as well as at Halloween, it is our haunted train. Are you still getting video from me here?
Yep, we can see it.
And,
Yeah, great.
I think we have some of our own special guests down here at the campfire tonight enjoying one of our activities. We've got hot cocoa. Oh, look, we got all sorts of things happening.
Hello.
I don't know what
guy.
camera is being used. So.
Oh, there's a Santa.
Oh no, Santa has competition.
What was that?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah. Who's the what? So every weekend, all of our guests come down and join us for hot cocoa, for s'mores. We do ice cream floats in the summer.
That's awesome. Is this an event that you guys have held for several years, or is this a relatively new event for you?
This is the second year, so it's a relatively new event that we keep growing.
Now, is it something? I don't mean to interrupt you, Angela. I'm sorry if you have another question. I think we're on a lag, and I'm looking at 7 different cameras. Is it something that was born out of COVID because it's been 2 years, or is it something that you had planned and just kind of fell into 2020?
It's a little bit of both. So as we were trying to encourage our guests to get outside, we needed to be a little creative in our scheduling and programming. So Winter Wonderland has always been something I find to be very fun at some of the other campgrounds. So we decided to kind of take on that a little bit and grow it each year. So now we have a whole little village that people go through, and then the site decorating. And it gets people outside where everybody can mingle and interact with each other safely, of course, this time of year.
Yeah,
That's
that's so
awesome.
great.
Like, so when you were building this thing for the first time in 2020, obviously I'm assuming you researched a bunch of other campgrounds and what they were already doing, right?
Yes, and I've worked other campgrounds that have done similar events. So I kind of had a little bit of an idea of what we wanted to do. And we've had some great staff members with some great ideas to help us, kind of guide it and incorporate Colorado, which is a new area for me. We're just trying to I will try anything once.
Yeah, for sure. So how do you find it impacts occupancy to have the events at this time of the year?
We have seen an increase each year as we add events or add to the events. So it really is something people want to come out and they want to do things. Camping has exploded, as we all know, over the last 2 years, and we want to make sure that we have fun things for families to do.
Yeah.
Sorry, distracted. The dogs are like eating
Dogs
each
are
other.
killing each other.
So, calm down, guys. So when you were researching and looking at all these different campgrounds across the country, obviously you said you had some input from your staff and they had some great ideas. How did you decide what to do and what not to do? Was it obviously some of it is informed by the size of the campground and the layout, but how did you decide kind of what to dismiss or what not to do or what to hold off on until year 3, 4 as you grow?
So some of it is engaging our guests. What would they like to see? Obviously we want to make sure that they're participating. And here at this campground, we have a great recreation area that allows us to really focus on outdoor recreation. With mini golf and pickleball, we can keep everybody in one area as opposed to spread out around the campground. I think as we grow it and more people participate and we get more people wanting to do site decorating, I see us bringing it further into the campground.
Is this something that you have open to the public as well, or is it only for guests that are staying on the property?
At this time, it's open only to guests.
Okay, nice.
Now, during the winter, do you have your full campground open, or is it only cabins? Is it only certain sites that are buried far enough with the pipes and things, or?
We are completely open. We do close some sites that don't have winterized water. But the cabins remain open as long as we can. We do sometimes have some issues if it gets really cold, but we keep everything open. We keep our recreation open. We keep the bathhouses open. Obviously, the pool's not open. We don't have a heated pool yet, but so no, we keep everything open.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that's phenomenal. Like, I mean, obviously there are a lot of, Cara and I were having this discussion before the show, a lot of owners they've had a long season, they're ready to kind of take a break for the holidays and things like that. But it's really interesting how, you wouldn't think of like a northern campground being able to drive that kind of occupancy this time of year in a traditional campground setting, and to kind of be presented with that as this is something you can do if you want to, if you still have energy or you still want to keep going year round or whatever, to drive more revenue, then it's possible.
Well, and I think it really speaks to like the appetite for the industry and the lifestyle right now, that folks are willing to get out and camp during times of the year whereas we really traditionally weren't as likely to do that. So again, I think that says a lot about how much interest there's in camping right now. It's awesome to see it.
I agree.
Does Santa have a question? Go ahead.
Are there any families I have to make sure I get on my route into your campground that are going to be staying
We
there?
do have some. Absolutely, we do have some families that'll be waiting for your visit this week.
Well, I'll have to make sure the route has those taken care of.
Absolutely. We'll leave the lights on for you.
Thank you very much. It makes it easier to land.
Absolutely.
I definitely want to come back to you, Lee. I'm sure. Is it Lee or Leah? I'm sorry.
Lee.
Lee. Okay, I'm terrible with names. It's not a you thing. It's a me thing. I promise.
No worries.
So I want to come back to you in a second, and I'm sure we'll have more questions for you, especially as we go through some of these other light displays and kind of maybe you get some ideas and maybe you think of things you want to do differently and better. But Santa specifically, I was watching this interesting video, Santa, and I was telling Cara about this before the show. It was a science video, and I shared it with all our employees in the Slack channel the other day. It was about whether Santa can actually physically possibly do all the things they did, and they did all the calculations of how many presents and how many pounds and all those kinds of things, and what they ended up landing on was, and you don't have to admit this, Santa, but because it's probably proprietary
information, yeah.
But what they landed on was that if Santa could actually take a universe like ours and split it into multiple parallel dimensions, which is actually feasible with quantum physics, right? Not the splitting, but the actual existence of these. Then you could make copies of you in every one and deliver presents in like 15 minutes and then stitch it all back together and it would be done. So I'm not asking you to admit that that's how it's done, but
I'm not going to say that's how it's done. But what I'm going to say is because of the time zones, there's actually 24 hours that I can get around the world.
It's 32 or 32, right?
Don't
said it in the video. It's in the science video. That's the only reason I'm saying.
There's 24 hours. So that magic, and if you want to call it quantum physics, take it for what it is. But there's a whole lot of magic involved. If you look at the sheer volume of presents that there are,
2.4 billion pounds.
All in one bag.
Yeah, 2.4 billion pounds.
Yeah,
I know because it was in the science video. Like it was an average weight of like, I don't know, 5 pounds a kid or something.
Well, you realize the bag is about this big and everything fits in that bag. It's small when it goes in, but when it comes out, it's the magic of Christmas.
Well, I saw your biography, The Santa Claus, the other day. We were watching that. Tim Allen plays you well.
Yeah, okay.
So
Remember,
how the one present just kind of appears for the... Yeah, for the person.
Makes total sense. Yeah.
So that's all I had. Do we have any other questions for Santa, like right now, or do we want to kind of look at more parks, or what do we want to do?
I think we should look at some more parks
Mm-hmm.
and talk about some of the other cool things that we have been seeing. So
I think we should have, as you share these, Angela, I think we should have
yeah.
Santa judge which one is best.
Oh
All right,
There
no.
I'll
you
pay
go.
attention
Okay,
here.
which one is second best? Because the Colorado KOA is obviously number one.
Obviously.
Number one. Yep.
Yeah.
Because they got a
Uh,
landing strip for me.
There you go. All ready for you. So I don't know that I have necessarily pictures for all of them, but this one specifically, here, let me see if I can. Just a second. Let me try and share. So this one I thought was really cool, especially if you are a fan of Christmas Vacation, which is super fun. This family, they own a like printing business or a digital imaging business that makes large scale vehicle wraps. And so they took
Cool.
I think it's a 2014 Fleetwood RV Discovery, and they have made it. They've put a wrap on it. Sorry, not trying to make anybody sick with my scrolling, but they put a wrap on it to make it look like Cousin Eddie's RV from Christmas Vacation.
I love it.
And they are on a road trip. They are spending up here. You can see them in the process of wrapping it. But they are on a road trip to spend Christmas in Florida, and they are actually making a stop at his uncle's house, which I just think that's hilarious. So
Well, they got to get the hose out in the street.
This thing was funny
Yeah.
to me. I was watching a discussion. I can't remember what group it was in on Facebook, but I was watching a discussion, and I think somebody prefaced it by saying, like, I don't think they realized at first that it was a parody based on the movie. And so they had taken the new RV and wrapped it to look like an old one. I think there was an ongoing discussion in the group about whether it would be allowed because of the 10-year rule in the parks. And so,
That's awesome.
because the actual RV was newer than 10 years, it just looked like crap. So it was really interesting. I would read the back and forth going on with that.
Yeah, I bet that's funny.
Yeah, it said that they found it, and it had been stored inside, and it said even though it's 2014, it only had like 10,000 miles on it when they bought it. So it's like new, and they've kind of found a new love for camping through it. So yeah, I just thought that was really really cute and kind of fun.
That's awesome.
Another event that I found. Sorry, I'm just managing several tabs over here, so my apologies.
Can you guys see me behind Santa's blow up things, or I don't know if I'm too dark.
No,
I
it's
think
too
it's
dark. I think it's too dark.
It's too dark. It's definitely too dark. So another one that I came across is in this is in Winthrop, Maine, and they do a winter wonderland at Augusta West, and they have over It's over 200,000 lights that they spread across almost a mile, and they started planning it in April, I believe, and yeah, so they start the festival in November, and then they run it through the first week of January. It says it goes through January 9th. So if anybody near Winthrop, Maine is looking for a road trip and they want to check it out, there's still lots of time to do that. And you can drive through it, but you can also walk through it.
Let's
get
take a road
picture
trip,
up
Cara.
here.
Can we leave now? Can we make it to Maine?
By when?
When does it end, Angela?
It ends January 9th. So I mean, I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Walk there.
Speak for yourself. I'm not walking to Maine.
Here's a picture from their path. Like I said, it says that you can walk it or drive it. Can you
Cool.
guys? Oh, you know what? There we go. Now you guys can see it.
Yay.
Oh wow.
Oh wow,
Beautiful.
yeah, it's so pretty.
Yeah, isn't
Oh,
that
that's
beautiful? They didn't
cool.
have, yeah, they didn't have a ton of
Me.
videos or pictures to see like the scope of the rest of it, but I think that's just really beautiful, and I feel like that's something that they could even continue to leave up in the
Mhm.
like summer months and stuff like that too, because I think it would be really cool to kind of go for a walk with all of these lights kind of hanging around you. I think that'd be really cool. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
Yeah,
that's in
absolutely.
Winthrop,
absolutely.
Maine. At what is their, I'm sorry, what is their property called? Augusta West Campgrounds. They call it their Winter Wonderland
You're
Holiday
fine.
Light
You can
Show.
walk through our live show. It's perfectly fine. It's just a Christmas thing, man. My neighbor's coming out to get his dog, so you need a Santa hat though.
Hey,
Yeah.
There's one up
Almost
on
as
the
much
thing if you really
chaos.
want it.
It's
Sorry, go ahead.
almost as much
what's
chaos
their name? I'll
as
check the list.
Christmas Vacation.
I mean, we can do that. There's all kinds of fun we can have. There's a river right behind me, so
Yeah, don't fall in.
Don't fall in. If you go in there, it's over for you. I'm not helping. It's cold. It's
Kara's not
mostly ice.
done. Yeah.
coming in. Maybe you'll find a chunk of ice like Buddy the Elf, and Mr.
gosh.
Narwhal will come to your
Let me
rescue.
just tell you, Buddy the Elf is my hero.
Buddy
So
the Elf is
he is amazing.
amazing.
Who is telling me the story? Oh, you were telling me, Angela. Tell the story about Buddy the Elf.
Oh no.
Oh, so since my son was born, my daughter has just called him Buddy. And so if you ask him what his name is, so sometimes he'll say Buddy and sometimes he'll say Harrison. It just depends. But he sometimes he really is, he's very goofy and silly, and so really is but like we're living with Buddy the Elf. He was asking for waffles and syrup for dinner tonight, and when he was a little bit
Nice.
younger, he's only like 3, but when he was a little bit younger, he got into our pantry and unscrewed the cap on like a brand new container of maple syrup and just like poured it out all over our carpet, and so our house smelled like pancakes and waffles for a really long time.
Oh,
But
Doing everybody a favor.
I know, and he's like he loves cookies, and like he wakes up asking for a cookie, and so yeah,
Cute.
he's like Buddy the Elf
I mean,
in
I wake
real
up
life.
asking for a cookie, but nobody ever gives me one because I live alone. But
Yeah,
keep
it's been
trying.
fun this year. We watched Elf, and when they said Buddy was his name in the movie, he's like, Buddy, that's me, like me, and so it was really it was really cute. But yeah,
That's adorable.
yeah, he's just
Love it.
he's a trip. He is a trip. Another property, and I reached out to them, and as I can only imagine, they're extremely busy this time of year, so they, I'm sure, didn't have the availability. Is Binghamton's, which, Cara, can you help me with where they're located? I don't remember off the top of my head. They're
While you
in
guys think of that, I'm
Canada.
gonna go up here and make myself some more
Yeah,
eggnog.
sorry, Ange, I didn't hear you.
Do you remember Binghamton's? Oh, they're in Ontario.
Yes, they are
They
in
are
Ontario.
in. Is it
They're on a bucket list for
Kitchener?
me
Is
of
that
parks
right?
in Canada I want to visit.
Their property looks amazing. I was looking over their website, and it looks like they host a ton of events throughout the year.
Yeah.
But it looks like one of their big highlights is they call it their Gift of Lights. It says it's the longest drive-through light display in the region. And if I can
Wow.
get back to it, there's this
That's
great
okay.
little.
While you're doing that, can you guys see me on this other camera up here? I'm just gonna give some alcohol eggnog tips while we're waiting on Angela. So there's this beautiful like Knob Creek. If you drink whiskey, Knob Creek has a smoked maple version that's really hard to find versus their normal stuff, at least up here in Canada. Fantastic with eggnog. It's like got that whiskey like kind of mutes the eggnog smell or the taste, sorry, but it kind of gives it that mapley flavor back. It's not too sweet, so it's really delicious if you guys have a chance to do that. Enjoy some eggnog. Go ahead.
so
You ready, Angela?
what is the ratio between eggnog and the bottle?
Definitely not enough eggnog, but it's 90 proof, so I'm going to be doing very well by the end of the episode here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So here, I have this video pulled up.
Did you need to charge your laptop?
Yeah, it's dead. Had to plug it in.
Toggle between here. I think I can share my audio also.
Wow, I definitely needed more eggnog in that. Sorry.
A lot of maple whiskey in there.
Yeah.
Wow, is that neat?
I want to watch this. Yeah.
It won't let me share full screen on here, but
Okay, we can hear the audio too, which is awesome.
perfect. Oh wow.
Now, do they let the public go through this campground?
Yes, I believe it is open to the public. They offer some other events throughout the year too that I believe are available to the public.
It's beautiful. Somebody's mic is chipping. I don't know whose that is, but
Oh, is that
Cool.
cool?
watch, this whole episode's going to be fine, and this song is like copyrighted. They take our live thing down afterward.
I hope not.
The self-proclaimed optimist here is,
You always
Beat
know where to
themselves.
find that.
That was
Optimism
so much
in my
fun.
blood. So
Yeah,
that was
that's
really
good
cool.
looking.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks beautiful, and I think that it's, and Lee can probably attest to this. I think it's just a great way to bring some other maybe people that haven't stayed at your property before, but it brings them to your property, and even though it's dark and it's winter or whatever, they can still see some of the things that you offer, and it's put your property at the front of their mind for when they are looking for a place to stay the following camping season. And even if you can't extend your actual camping season, it's a great way to get people in your park and generate some revenue for your property. Even though you can't open things up to reservations, because unfortunately, not everybody has their pipes and things buried deep enough, or whatever their circumstance is. So
Very true.
Somebody should start a pipe burying service for campgrounds. That would be
I feel
I'll
like
go out.
that's a thing.
Well, it probably is, but maybe somebody could do it in a more economical way because that's their specialty. They could invent something to do it. Just pipes. That's the only thing they do faster.
It's incredibly expensive.
I
I was going
know.
to say, I
That's what I'm
don't think
saying.
it's
If somebody
I
could
don't
make
think
it
it's a
economical,
feasibility thing. I think it's a financial thing. My understanding is it's far more
Right.
expensive to bury them deep.
right?
Well,
Some way, yeah.
and
Right.
tough to make those changes once your park is already operational and all those things, right? Tough to
Yeah,
dig everything up.
It can be.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I wonder, like, you've got to. I wish we could get, like, I know Angela emailed so many of these parks, and they were just kind of in the midst of their Christmas celebration, and they didn't have a chance to come on with us tonight, other than the amazing Colorado KOA, which is obviously the best.
Fort Collins KOA.
Fort Colorado KOA, it's in Fort Collins. Like, I didn't say it wrong. I just didn't say their actual name. So I get like 50% credit for that.
Oh, God.
I wonder though, like if we could talk to one of these people and just kind of see what the effort is that goes into this. Do they do it themselves? Do they have staff that does it? Do they hire it out to a company? I was looking at Arvik's Facebook page the other day, and they had posted a video of a vendor that they had found that would do it up for your park, I think. Obviously, it was too short a notice this year, but I just wonder how much it's involved in that, really.
The one property with the Winter Wonderland, where it was the really pretty, like walking through the woods. They in the article it said that they only have like 12 people that are working behind the scenes during the active festival. I'm sure there's more people. I believe they partnered with somebody to help them display all of the lights, but it said that during the operation of it all, there's only 12 people that are working the event. Which is incredible because I'm sure they have such a large amount of people that come through. Another one that I think is really cool is in Belfort, which is Saskatchewan.
Oh, wow.
And it says that they have a brand new lights tour that for this year, and it says that It's all supported by the city of Melfort and sponsoring businesses and volunteers. And so my understanding is that the proceeds of the fees that people are paying at the gates are going to the different organizations that are volunteering to operate the event, which I think is really cool.
So before we get into that, Angela, I want to it's 7:30 already, 9:30, 8:30, 6:30, wherever you are. I mean, honestly, we're global, so it could be tomorrow somewhere for whoever's watching us. But before we get into that, because I know you got a couple more parks to go still, right, Angela?
Yes.
Do you have a couple more parks to go, or am I lagging? Or
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, there's
cool.
a couple
Sorry.
more parks.
Just somebody's mic is clicking in the background. I don't know whose it is, but so let's do this. Santa, why don't we have you? Let's talk to myself, Cara, Angela, well, even Lee at the Colorado KOA. Let's have Santa tell us if we have been naughty or nice this year based on what we've done in business. Business only, no personal, nothing like that. So like, I feel like, who wants to start? This is amazing. Like, I mean, I'm willing to start, but I'm the brave one.
I feel
so.
like if you're the one that is really wanting this to move forward, that you've got to be the one that leads this off.
Well,
Okay.
I will say there's no lumps of coal in my bag for anyone on this site. There's some questionable activity.
I've been trying for
know,
one all year, Santa.
Ryan hasn't shared yet, Santa. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
I know. I've really been working hard toward this.
Have you? Well, the way I saw you make the eggnog, I could see where there's some issues there.
Yeah.
Some potential for coal. So,
good.
But you're happy with that, huh? Do you heat with coal?
I mean, really, let's just take a look back, right, briefly, because we've got a lot of Christmas lights and things like that. But let's take a look briefly at like what happened in 2021. It's all blurred together because of COVID.
Yep.
But 2021, just from a business standpoint, right? Because I feel like sometimes that gets lost, and I probably won't remember everything. And Angela works with me really closely at Insider Berks, and she does the day-to-day and stuff, and so she could probably pick out some more of my failures than I can just from not remembering it, right? Because there are a lot of them, right? It's as a business owner, it's easy to have everybody see the good things, but there's so many failures that happen every single day and every single week that you overcome. But like February, I left Ohio and I came up to Canada, intending to stay here for a month and a half, something like that. Never left. Decided to start a Canadian division of Insider Perks up here in Vancouver. So I've been working on that for several months, got my work permit, did all that kind of stuff. I'm excited to start building the company in 2022. In the middle of that, we continued our virtual conference company that we started during COVID. We've helped plan the BCLCA conference, British Columbia Lodging and Campgrounds Association. Did that in October, founded moderncampground.com in August. So that's brand new. Obviously, we had the Fireside Chats going, but we rebranded that to MC Fireside Chats and then founded Modern Campground in August. So again, those are just the highlights of the good things that happened, right? But there were a lot of failures along the way, missteps, hits, misses, course corrections, stuff like that. But I don't know. Can we judge naughty and nice based on that, or?
I can say a person that never makes mistakes is never doing anything. So the fact that you had successes, and as long as they outnumber the failures, you're improving each and every day. So I don't think you deserve coal.
But I want it. It's really cool.
Okay, then if that's what you're asking for, I'll definitely get it for you.
Thank you.
I feel like
really
Cara is probably a willing participant to gift that to you. Just guessing.
Your mic's muted, Cara.
Oh, shame.
She did say that. Yeah, no, you're back. Okay. I don't know. I couldn't hear you for a second when you said that, but
I couldn't hear her either.
anyway, Cara's a partner with you if you want to get me coal and figure out a way to get it to me. So,
Okay.
But yeah, it's just been an overall interesting year, and I think it's kind of crazy when you look back on it and think of all of the things that have changed, that you've accomplished, that you've done, that you've failed at, that you've changed, that you've course corrected. Like a year is a long time.
It
So
made
It is.
absolutely incredibly difficult with COVID and trying to deal with things that are changing on a day-to-day basis. The fact that people are still going and still resilient and still trying instead of giving up means a lot and shows a lot.
Santa, I feel like this is not relevant to our discussion at all, but it brings up an interesting question just because we're trying to do some diversification outside of the Christmas lights that Angela's got to show us. Santa, how did you handle COVID at the North Pole? Are the elves immune?
Because we are in a community that pretty much the only one that goes in and out is myself and Mrs. Claus, that keeps the community safe. We go in, we isolate, we come back, we have been vaccinated, and that's the way we do it up at the North Pole.
That's actually really beneficial. Like, I feel like it would be a challenge in like Calgary with 1.3 million people to just nominate one person to leave the city and come back. But it sounds really safe. I remember
it works.
I remember early on, like March of 2020, right, when COVID was just starting to spread and it was kind of going everywhere and nobody knew where it was going to stop. I saw like this meme with those island people and I don't know, it was an island in the South Pacific or something that was like a tribal civilization that hadn't had contact with, I don't know, modern things, right? Which is probably really good for them in some cases. But they were standing on the beach like with spears, and it probably wasn't like a COVID thing. It had nothing to do with it whatsoever. But there was a meme that talked about how these people are safe because they're just going to spear any kind of foreigner who lands on the beach. So COVID's never going to reach them.
Never let them in, never have a problem.
Yeah, it was way more funny than I just totally butchered it and made it out to be. But
no, but it's the fact is that it's in some cases it's the way people feel. I think we have an opportunity to grow as a society, and we need to learn to accept other people's opinions and philosophies, and we need to work and grow through that.
Wise words from Mr. Santa. I definitely don't want to delve too much into COVID, but just kind of popped in my head as a question right there. So, all right, who's next on that? Do we want to do one more Naughty Nice, or do we want to do another Christmas Lights, Angela?
I would love to do another Christmas Lights.
All right, let's do another Christmas Lights. Let's see what we got.
So this one I think is really cool, and if anybody from the Skystream Resort or Village happens to be like watching this, or if somebody knows anybody there, like please have them reach out to me. I've emailed them because I would love to talk with them because I just think that their whole operation looks really cool. But so they have a Santa's Village at their property, but they recently launched a vintage Airstream resort, and they are decorated. They are so cool. Here, let me try and get this.
Angela, I know you're trying to do 10 different things, Angela, but could you mute whoever's making the noise just while we talk? That's okay. Just because it's really loud.
Okay, so perfect. So this is just a glimpse into the Airstreams that they have on their property, and so it's an entirely vintage Airstream.
Wow.
Like a section or segment of their property is how I understand it. Like I said, I would love to talk to somebody at this property because it seems like they do a lot of really cool things, and I would just love to hear more.
Where are they at?
So yes, they are out in California, Southern California, looks like San Bernardino Mountains.
I know that guy.
So yeah, just really, really beautiful. But they also have the Santa's Village. They run all of these special activities and stuff like that. And there's like this whole history to it. I believe this Santa's Village was created or started before or around the same time that Disneyland was created. So it's been around for a really long time, and it's like changed hands, and they had they had a really bad fire, I think in the early 2000s. Oh my gosh, early 2000s. When you say it like that, it makes you sound really old. But in the early 2000s, there was a fire
Way back.
that they, yeah, I know. I know that they recovered from, which is really cool. But yeah, so they have this Santa's house in North Pole, in Santa's village, and then they have a skating rink, and it looks like they have magician and a puppet theater, storytelling, activities, cookie decorating, crafting, a Santa's workshop, and mailbox. And it looks like maybe they have some other like character
Can we go check this out?
themed event, train ride, all kinds of just really, really cool things. And so, yeah, Village of Lights, it's clearly been decades in the making. You know, this isn't something that you come to overnight, but just very, very cool.
Yeah, that's really amazing. Like we've seen some new unique glamping resorts come up, like Auto Camp is doing franchise. Well, I don't know if it's a franchise, but different multiple locations. I think they go by the company across the country. But that sounds like this one's way older based on what you're saying.
I want to say I saw something about like in the 1955, somewhere around there. And then I think that there was a fire in 2003, and I don't remember like the whole like how it's changed hands, and I don't know if it's still the same family or anything like that. But yeah, like I said, please, if anybody knows anybody that's associated with that property, I would love to talk to them and learn more, because it just seems like they have a lot of cool stuff happening. So
we'll track them down.
Do we want to change course a little bit? We have someone asking about a pretty big announcement that happened today in the industry, Brian.
Oh, we should probably talk about that. I'm trying to remember what happened today. Oh, what is it? Can you remember, Angela? Should we take a look at Modern Campground and see if we can refresh our memories? I can't. I'm trying to think. Oh, it's CCRVC announced their. No, that was a couple years.
Nope. Yeah.
Ago.
Not nearly as exciting as this.
Shoot. What in the world happened today? I'm stumped, Angela.
My fingers
Santa?
are clicking as quickly as they can.
What happened today, Santa? Do you know?
I do not. I've been focusing on toy manufacturing and travel coming up.
But you're supposed to know whether this news is naughty or nice.
I hope it's nice, because I've been caught with.
Yeah, right. Here we go. Here we have it.
What does it say? Oh,
Sun Outdoors acquires Leisure Systems Incorporated.
So yeah, this is really interesting. I think we were the very first to break this news. We were working pretty hard on it. We had like a source who told me about it and then said, you can't tell anybody I told you about it. And so we had to go find another source. And then we kind of put it together and released it here. But it's really like, I don't know. As far as I know, when we broke this story, the Sun hadn't even told their shareholders that this was actually happening. So, and maybe I'm wrong, to be clear, but we couldn't find anything on the internet about it at all. So, but it was, I mean, they had a meeting last night with the franchisees of Jellystone, the 70 plus people around the country, and they had told them that. So I feel like the cat was out of the bag. It wasn't really a private thing, but we sourced it out. There was emails and stuff like that. And it's just, yeah, this is industry changing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. With all of the different things that Sun is associated with, the other larger entities and stuff like that in the industry, it's definitely an interesting move, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Obviously, right now all the parks are franchised and that sort of thing, so I'm looking forward to seeing kind of how they can modernize the brand a little bit. I think that's something that Sun is good at, and so it'll be interesting to see where it goes.
That kind of scares me, right? So like modernizing Yogi, like we've seen Yogi modernized by Warner Brothers, and he's not even in a campground anymore. So that new series or whatever, right? So I feel like, yes, you're right in some ways, but Yogi may not need modernized too much. I think he's been pretty successful.
Well, yes, I think that there's probably some ways that they can continue moving the brand forward, but keeping the nostalgia that draws people in to the Jellystone brand.
yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. It'll be really interesting to see the shift, and I know a couple of yogi franchise owners who are pretty interested to see what's going to happen with it too. So
It's really interesting. Like I've seen the dynamic go back and forth, and there's only been a couple comments on some of the posts we had, right? In the Facebook groups, we just shared this article earlier, and wow, there's things catching on fire here. Um, and it's been a kind of a back and forth, a difference between people's opinions on the subject of whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. And obviously, I think there's a lot to play out with it, and I think ultimately, in my opinion, it'll end up being a good thing. But it's been interesting to hear people say like, well, this is good for small parks because they can differentiate themselves, and big corporate parks kind of have a chance, don't have a really chance to pivot as much as smaller parks do. And then I've heard the opposite effect. Well, that if big corporations are gonna take over everything, then maybe camping loses some of its personal touch. And so I think there's arguments both ways, but it's really interesting the scale and the enormity of, like, somebody had told me earlier today, like total rumor, I don't know if it's true, but somebody told me earlier today that Sun was also not buying Jellystone, but was at some point in talks to, and who knows if it was actually serious or they were just kind of rumors, but to acquire KOA, they were trying to too. And again, that's like, I'm not suggesting that ever went anywhere. I have no knowledge of any of that. It was just an offhand casual conversation, but Sun's clearly interested in expanding is the reason that I'm saying it.
Yeah, I feel like they have been at the front of, we know that properties have been changing hands at a faster rate than we've probably seen in the last few years, and Sun has definitely been one of the groups at the front of those acquisitions in the last couple of years. So it will be very interesting to see what happens and see what happens with the franchisees and things like that too. See what how it impacts them, or if they're gonna kind of maintain status quo. Who really knows?
I think they're going to maintain status quo because LSI has been really, really successful, phenomenally so, over the last few years, especially during the pandemic and things like that, as they continue to grow and add more activities and stuff like that. And I think they've done a great job keeping their brand kind of as a premium brand, not having, more locations than they need. And so I think there's no reason to change much. Like, I'm sure they will change some things and make them more efficient and better and all those kinds of things, but I think they're doing really well.
Yeah, Lee is sharing, it looks like a picture of their train.
That's beautiful.
So beautiful.
yeah,
You guys do rides around the park with that, Lee?
We do. Yep. We decorate it both for Halloween and for Christmas.
Oh,
Lee,
that's so
can
fun.
you get in? Can you get in the train and take us on a tour of the KOA? Or I know we can't see much at night, but
Yeah, we can do that. Let me grab some. Who's ready for a train ride?
I legit wasn't expecting her to
Woo,
say
let's
yes.
go.
Cool.
I mean, that's service right now.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, let us go. All right.
Awesome.
Okay. So we'll see what we can find. We got Santa and the tree coming. And Cindy Lou. And let's see. We got all sorts of people coming on.
It's awesome.
Where is
I have
my
to go see
grandson?
this. I don't have a screen in front of me.
Here.
Stay there, little doggy.
Are we gonna try to Bray, you want to go for a ride?
See, Lee's got a Santa hat on. How come you don't have a Santa hat on, Cara?
I do.
I have a new one.
Lots of decorating.
People in Colorado don't know what a toque is.
That's okay.
We got everybody's all decorated. I got my elf. Hi everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh wow! Look at
And we got
Santa number 2.
Cindy Lou back here. Cindy Lou.
Hi.
That's so fun.
Are you driving, Kim? All right. So we'll take you on our little tour of our lights. All right. All aboard.
Come on, Cody. Cody, come on.
All right. Let's go check it out. All right, we're gonna leave some people by the fire.
That campfire really makes me want this more.
I thought you meant you were losing people in our fire. Like I look back and I'm like, is there a dog in there? Or shit. Oh, can we say shit on the show? I don't know.
Oh, yep, we're ready. Apparently, you can.
It's after bedtime. At least.
All right, off we go. Bye, guys.
So nice.
Awesome.
Cara looks cool.
All right. Oops.
Yeah, you can do that. You can turn it widescreen if you want. We can see more of it.
Does that work better?
Yeah, there we go.
Great.
Oh, there we go. Can you see? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Santa, too.
Yeah. So we
Ooh,
decorate
that's
our rec area with all our lights. Pass out candy canes.
Nice.
We
The
do
little
bubble
people-
trains.
Is that a half scale train?
Is it a what size?
Is it a half scale?
Half scale.
Oh no, it's bigger than that.
Santa knows his trains.
Apparently, I don't know enough.
What would you say, Lee, is like one of the biggest draws that people seem to enjoy the most out of what you offer during your winter event?
I think this time of year, everybody really appreciates just getting together.
Mm-hmm.
So we do some potlucks. We do 5K. We do a movie night. So every month, I'm going to turn it around until we get back around. So each month we do a 5K fun run, even through the winter, and live music at the pavilion. We'll do movies inside if it's too cold. We do have a lake. It does freeze over the winter, so we can't do much with it then. But during the summer, we do fishing derbies.
Cool.
Nice.
Lots and lots of fun stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is definitely cool. I wish I was on the train ride with you. We've seen like all those kinds of activities pop up too around like, and they're not necessarily campground specific, but city specific of Polar Express train rides and really cool things that you can do, like walk through and drive through lights and see entertainment. And like here in Calgary, there's Christmas pop-up bars that I was doing a couple tours of last week. But the ability of that to not only bring that magic to your campground, but also to reach out to the local vendors, to the entrepreneurs and small businesses in your area and partner with them to maybe create ticket packages or enhancements for your guests who are already staying with you, depending on where you are. It's pretty cool when you think about it.
Oh, absolutely. There's tons of opportunities, and as we continue to grow our programs, we do try to reach out to our local community.
Yeah, that's just it's awesome. I mean, bringing the magic of the Christmas to more people, but people who can come again, benefit campgrounds, stay at RV parks, stay in cabins, things like that, and just kind of. There's really nothing like the outdoors, which is why a drive-through, walk-through Christmas lights display has been popular forever, really, as long as they've existed. So to imagine just to go see that and then go home to sleep in your cabin 10 feet away from the drive-through display is pretty cool.
Very cool.
I like to tell people they can't have a campfire in a hotel, so they need to come camping.
Oh, you can. I mean, it's just not probably up to fire code and safe. It's not something we would ever recommend
probably
on the
get on
show.
an
I was
list.
waiting for the
Little
nugget
frown
of bad
upon.
advice that Brian would offer this episode, and there it is.
I'm
There
just
it is.
saying it's possible.
Oh, the possibilities.
Yeah. All right. What? We're still on this chain. I'm going to go up here and make some more eggnog because this is necessary.
All right. Hey, babe. Well, thanks for coming along with us on our ride.
I want to go again.
We can go around again.
I'm kidding. You don't have to go around again. I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was just being the inner child in me. Was, I was speaking.
That's the beauty of this time of year.
What is something that you think that you might, like, what's maybe a bucket list item that you would love to add to this event as you continue to grow?
Truthfully, I would love to get it expanded into the campground as a drive-through event. I think there's a lot of potential for that. We're one of the very few campgrounds open in this area over the winter, so I think that it would be really nice to incorporate not just lights, but more activities as well.
Yeah, is there anything specific that you know that you want, like you're planning to add next year?
Next year, we're gonna add more lights. That's the goal next year.
I feel like that's one of those things that you really have to take your time and build on, because it gets
You do.
very expensive and it's also really labor intensive too.
It really is. It really is. And we do this in July as well. So we do it twice a year.
Oh, wow. Are there
we
any
do.
lights that you're able to, like, once you hang them or wrap them in the trees and things like that, that you can leave up?
We do. We leave some of them up around the buildings.
Nice. That's helpful.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people who want to add lights, right? But I feel like we get crazy with these ideas. We need to think outside the box. So earlier I was telling Santa I was watching his biography, right? And Santa, you remember this? It was your biography. I'm sure it was authorized with Tim Allen. And he was in the board meeting, remember? And they were doing that advertising campaign thing when he was just starting to gain weight or whatever, right? And they said, you know, this year Santa's going to be in the total tank. And he's going to come in and deliver Christmas presents in the tank. And so I feel like we just need to think outside the box here. We get really creative, like Santa coming down on a UFO, doing a rock concert, like all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
How fun would that be?
Yeah. David Bowie. We were talking about that
Right.
before. Or Metallica, that's fine too.
Or Metallica is good.
For the kids. Metallica
Yes.
for the kids.
When I think of Christmas cheer, my mind goes to Metallica for sure.
Yes. I'm not the only one.
Yeah,
Heavy metal Christmas.
My heart has
Here's
such
the
a
thing
weight
for
lifted
you.
off of it. All right, what else we got, Angela? I'm gonna make another eggnog drink here, just because I gotta show the variety of things that's happening here.
We're almost out of time. We're almost out of time.
We're not out of time. We can cook until whenever we want. Share some stuff, Angela.
It is past my bedtime, sir.
Oh, we got a little bit of time. So, so this is a really cool. I just want to give a shout out to these people. This is Whispering Dutchman Distillery. They're in Cochrane, Alberta, which is about 30 minutes northwest of Calgary. Yeah. So we found these guys by accident. I don't know if you can get this in the States, but they have this gin here. You can't really see the label too well. I'll kind of show it up here. But it's winter spice gin, which tastes phenomenal by itself, but even a more amazing drink mixed with eggnog. So I don't know if you can get anything like that in the States, but it's pretty delicious.
Nice.
And then I saved my favorite for last. But come on, Angela, let's look at some more Christmas lights. We don't have a hard stop today unless anybody else has to go. Like, we don't have to go for another hour by any means, but we can go a couple minutes longer.
I won't stay awake that long. It's almost 10 o'clock for me.
You got to practice for your kids for when you're going to leave cookies out for Santa.
My kids are why I need to go to bed early, because they wake me up in the middle of the night, right?
Oh, gosh.
Well, but that's your kids. That's not you.
So this is a light display. It's a 7-acre holiday light festival. It's located in Alberta, and it is the Edmonton's River. What is it? Oh wait, I'm sorry. It used to be hosted at the Edmonton's River Valley, and they are moving it to Long Riders RV Park in Gibbons. And it says it spans 7 acres, and it is it said that it benefits the True Start Foundation, which helps families in need. And so funds raised at the event go to help those families. And this is one of the pictures featured in the article, which is just really beautiful.
I'm going to go look at this real quick. Sorry, I'm not in front of a screen.
Oh, that's okay.
Sorry, I got to move. There's a lot of cameras set up here. Ooh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, really, really pretty.
Cool.
So that they can stroll through the park and look at all of the decorations, it says that they're given about 2 hours to walk through the forest and take part in different winter activities that they offer. And it says that you can do, it says it's a 15-minute trip if you want to ride on their Holiday Express to go through. And then it looks like they offer live music and some other fun events as well. And they also have visits from Santa on the weekends. So very cool, fun event. So if you're in that area,
I don't
definitely
know if
something to check out.
any of you have noticed this, but as you're scrolling down through these Modern Campground articles, our show is supposed to start at 2 o'clock. Have we really been going that long, or was I just late?
What?
On the side of the Modern Campground articles you've been sharing, it says MC Fireside Chat starts at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. And
So my question is have you guys been going that long and I was just late, or have we been going that long and I've just had too much eggnog? Don't realize it's been that long.
oh no, we've only been on for an hour.
Okay, makes me feel better. All right. What else you got, Angela? Do we have anything else, or was that all?
No,
Or
I'm tracking. Let's see what else.
let's do another naughty or nice. Cara, tell us what you've accomplished this year, because I know it's been a lot. You've been through a lot on different boards and committees and all kinds of things you've done with CCRVC and RVDA of Alberta. What's been going on with Cara?
Oh man, it has been a busy year. We've done a work specific to, obviously, for an outdoor hospitality conference and kicked the year, which was awesome and went really well. And we're looking forward to have it definitely soon, March, 2022. So mostly just a ton of really member benefits additions to the association's benefits package, and really just trying to grow membership across the board. And I think I would say a big focus of my own has been just strengthening existing partnerships between the provinces, and I think that's gone really well this year. So overall, yeah, it's been really great. We're so fortunate to be in this industry, and I can't say it enough how grateful I am to be involved, for sure, on a day-to-day basis. I love it so much, and I'm glad to have been able to make the transition from park operator to working for the association, which has been a big kind of life-changing thing for me too. So 2021 has been great. I'm super excited for 2022. I really think the association is going to continue to expand on all of those member benefits. We have some great ideas in the works that we want to bring to life. So lots of stuff to do still.
Well, that's a good problem to have, right? But
yeah.
All right. Well, Santa, naughty or nice?
It's been a great year. We've had a lot of interesting things at the North Pole. The elves have been very productive this year. We've instituted some new things with them, trying to streamline toy production, and they're doing pretty good. People with children should be able to see the results in that. So the toys qualities get better. There's some shipping issues that we're all dealing with, but it's been a very good year.
Shipping issues?
Shipping.
Oh, I thought you said tripping. I'm like, what is happening up there? Is OSHA at the North Pole? What is going on?
Yeah. And it's not OSHA in Canada. You got to get the terminology right when you're living up there. Ministry of Labor.
How do you know this and I don't know this? Probably because you're everywhere.
Yes.
And he's been around for a while.
just one of the things that the people that are getting on the naughty list are not being nice. People need to be nice to, especially to the service workers of the world. They're not the ones causing the issues, so don't take it out on them. And if someone has a different opinion, instead of calling them down for it, listen to it. You may learn something. And that's the stuff that I see needs to change.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I think we're making progress on it. I think it'll continue to get better. I think people will be more patient as we kind of move forward, or at least that's what I'm crossing my fingers and hoping with. I've seen some of that improvement in society. So I don't know if my dog has been naughty or nice here, but I don't think she has the ability to articulate that to you. So we're just going to call her naughty.
Okay. Sounds like
Angela,
it.
I know you've got some more things going on, Angela, but what happened in Angela's 2020?
2021 or 2020?
2021.
2021. 2021, on to bigger and better things from 2020. Just so much growth with the insider perks. Lots of new clients and existing clients wanting to explore other services and things like that and learn more and ask more questions. And so it's been a lot of fun to work with existing customers on some new projects and educate them in some areas that they weren't familiar with. And also learning so many new things from some of the new clients that we've brought on that are, either in unique locations or unique situations, like ownership situations and things like that too. So yeah, it's been really great. Our team is growing and our team at Insider Perks is absolutely phenomenal. And like Brian and I would not be able to do what we do without them. Like the only reason we can do what we do is because of the rest of our team. They're fantastic. And yeah, and then starting Modern Campground and getting involved with that has been huge. And I'm really looking forward to the growth potential for that into 2022. And we have so many ideas, and I'm just hoping that we have the resources to be able to execute on all of it.
I think we should have Santa write a column for Modern Campground so he can talk about various tips and strategies for campground owners' children to behave and help run the campground with their parents throughout the year so they don't get
I
cold.
don't know about that. Sounds like Santa might be up and up on the automation side of things. So maybe he can share with some of our clients about automations and their benefits.
We can talk in the future.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that Lee will probably agree with you that your team is definitely a valuable piece of any puzzle, and we couldn't do what we do without those people. So Lee, put you on the spot here, but what does 2021 look like for you?
2021 was amazing. I have to mirror a little bit what's already been said, and that is tremendous growth. We've had some amazing opportunities to take advantage of some differences this year in comparison to last year's on the campground. We've had a great team. We continue to have a great team through the winter that has great vision, and that's what makes everything so successful.
Awesome. Angela, do we have any more light shows? Are we done?
I thought we were wrapping up, so I only had one other one to share, and I closed out of it. So
let's do what's one other one. We don't want to leave them out. Can we do them real quick?
I can see if I can find them.
I mean, what if that one campground is watching the show right now and they're like with bated breath the whole hour for like their moment of glory?
They wouldn't even know that I was going. Oh, yeah, right. They wouldn't even know I was going to feature them. So
you're assuming psychic powers don't exist. We've all seen X-Men.
Oh gosh, guys, it is past someone's bedtime, and maybe it's not mine.
Definitely
It is getting past bedtime.
It's definitely
and
past
Riley's.
bedtime.
Where's Riley? Let's bring Riley on the show here. Come here, Riley.
No.
There's Riley. In her little Christmassy coat.
I'm trying to find the one that I didn't already talk about. That one. I don't want to make everybody sit here while I try and find this. That's
you don't have to. That's okay. Let's Santa. Santa, did you drink eggnog?
I do not while I'm working, and I'm working right now.
Well, Santa, you can drink eggnog without alcohol in it. So
that's what makes it good, though.
I mean, you said it.
That's what
I'm
makes
not
it
going to disagree with
drinkable.
Santa. Cara doesn't drink eggnog. It's we're working on her still.
Nobody's
You
perfect.
know what? Oh, stop. It's not for everybody.
I mean, if Santa drinks eggnog, then, it should be for everybody.
Yes.
So
Everyone who likes it.
okay, I found it.
All right, let's go. I'm very excited.
I'm sorry for all the delays in sharing, guys. I'm juggling 2 screens and all kinds of
You're
tabs
perfectly
and
fine. We're having a good time here.
buttons happening over here. So this is Hay River Campground, and I believe this is, yeah, it's their second campground Christmas, which their gingerbread house is so cute. I love their setup.
Oh yeah.
Hay River Territorial Park, it's in the Northwest Territory, so I don't, maybe Cara can give some insight into where this one may be found, but yeah, it says
That one?
they collect donations and funds. And this year they were approaching close to $6,000. They said they had a really great turnout this year. Um, and yeah, so very, very cool, really beautiful display.
Yeah, cool.
There's a little bit of an echo on you guys because you are so close to each other.
Well, we're
Well,
not now
actually
because
not.
one of my cameras, like apparently my cell phone camera's on the fritz, so I came up here and
Uh-oh.
sat on the patio or whatever. But it really is amazing, like looking at all these Christmas light displays from all over the country. And obviously we've featured, a couple here on the show. We've talked to the Fort Collins KOA, who's done an amazing job of showing us our train ride and all the lights and the efforts that's gone into her. But it really is amazing to see all the places and all the things and all the efforts and all the people that put these things together every single year to create this kind of extra holiday magic for people that, to be honest, they really don't have to do. And they do it out of the kindness of their heart. And of course, sometimes it's revenue driven, but for the most part, it's like a love affair of, I love Christmas and I love the joy and I want to share this with people. And, I'm researching campgrounds and I'm looking at all these different places and all these different people and all these different things. And I'm deciding what I want to do at my campground and here and there and what can I share with people. And it's just all the hard work that goes into it. It's really amazing.
Absolutely.
Can't help but feel good when you see it.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
What was your favorite that you saw, Angela? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but what was your favorite?
The Bingaman's display is really cool. I partly like that one because you can stay in your warm car.
Okay.
And I get
True.
cold really easily, so I like the aspect that I can stay warm. The other one, and now I don't remember the name because we looked at so many. It was the one where it had the lights hanging down from the trees, and it was like
Winthrop, Maine.
walking through this tunnel. That one was really beautiful. So I think those are probably my favorites. Although I would love that park in California. Just in general, I would love to go visit that because I'm a sucker for a really cool Airstream. So
Cara, there's a really cool light show in Alberta that Johan Fedema does. He didn't do it this year, but do you remember can you remember anything about that to share with us? Or?
Yeah, for sure. Johan is chairman of our Alberta Association. His park is in Rocky Mountain House, and they do some really incredible displays, actually similar to what Ange was talking about, the one at Bingaman's with the drive-through. I think they do some options like that, but they also have a really beautiful Christmas store on site. So they convert the campground store into a Christmas store for the season, and then they do Santa photos and all kinds of fun stuff, Christmas movies, hot chocolate, all of that. I know Johan is typically by September, he is putting up Christmas lights all over the park. This year there were some challenges, I think, related to COVID, so they had to pivot a little bit, but yeah, I'm looking forward to another thing to look forward to in 2022 is getting back to more of those events and things like that again.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait for that. I don't know. I feel like we've covered almost everything we need to cover. We've talked. Everybody's been nice. It's really that's that's the interesting thing. We're kind of having fun with this naughty or nice thing and what people did or didn't do. But Santa's really right. Like it takes effort to be naughty, and it's very easy to be nice. And so as you kind of go through 2022, I think we've all had those frustrations, those moments, those difficulties, those pain points, especially through COVID. But it's very easy to just kind of, I'm going to be nice anyway. I'll be kind. I'm going to share. I'm going to, you know, and whoever it is. I was talking to Krista, as my girlfriend. We were out the other day, and I was buying Subway gift cards to give to homeless people on the street. And I was really thinking, like, why do I only do this in the holidays? Why don't I do this all year round? And so I think I'm going to try to do that this year. Not necessarily Subway gift cards, but just help people all year round, right? It's something that interests me and that I want to do. And I think if everybody did a little bit more of that, the world would probably be a better place.
Takes less smiles to smile than it does to frown. And smiles are contagious.
Very true. So are yawns, and I think Angela's getting tired.
Yes, they are.
I am getting tired. I'm not gonna lie. It's past my bedtime.
All right. Well, is there anything else that we missed, Angela, that we should be talking about, covering, discussing, anything like that as it relates to Christmas?
I don't think so. Thank you so much to Lee for joining us in Santa, so close to the big day.
Thank you very much.
Christmas, everyone.
We appreciate as always. No, I think we covered some really cool displays, and looking forward to, hopefully we can have more Christmas themed guests for our show next year, to feature some other really awesome displays. And yeah, I think that's all I've got.
Cara, anything you want to wrap up? Anything we missed? Last show of 2021. I can't hear you, Cara. It might be me.
She's trying to get warm, I think.
Oh gosh, it is getting chilly out here.
Nope, still can't hear you. Hold on. We can rescue you.
Cara.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Yeah. No, I really just want to express gratitude to both Brian and Ange for everything this year, and looking forward, of course, to another one coming up. And our guests and all of that have joined us both today and on every other episode this year. It's been a really great experience, the show. And oh boy.
Uh-oh.
And I'm excited to see things continue to get better since all this COVID crap. Which this one, it's totally dead. What is my life? I'm so sorry, guys. Still the feedback. Anyways, Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year. I look forward to seeing you guys in January. I'm giving you this.
Yeah, that's really, really terrible.
Anyway, all right. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Can you, I'm taking around my cell phone real quick, Angela. So I just want to talk while I do this. So we got like just Santa here. If you haven't seen and you didn't notice this, Santa's being pulled by the raccoons. I think we talked about it briefly. I can't remember if it was on the show or not.
Yeah.
Super cool. Like, I don't know why it's being pulled by raccoons, but it was the only thing I could get last minute to blow up in my yard. So
I think that's cleanup after all the holiday stuff.
Picking up all the scraps, absolutely.
That's what it is.
I mean, it makes sense. I like it. So, but yeah, overall, just really appreciate you guys joining us for another show here. It's been a great year full of all kinds of things. Looking forward to the guests that we're going to have on MC Fireside Chats and things like that in the future. Really excited to just kind of have a nice casual night to relax with all you guys, talk about light displays and talk to Santa and all kinds of things, and do blow ups and decorate my yard literally for this show right before it happened, right? So just really super appreciative for all of our guests. Leah from the KOA, Angela, obviously super valuable as my project manager of Insider Perks, my editor-in-chief of Modern Campground, for Cara for all her help and knowledge and expertise in the industry. Just really appreciate all you guys. Remember, we are available as a podcast on Spotify, Google, all those kinds of places, and just kind of looking forward to an amazing 2022. Wait till you hear the show that we have in January. Shh. can't tell you about it. It's really exciting. It's really unique. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Take care. Have a happy, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will see you in 2022.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Hi,
Merry
thank you.
Christmas.
Thanks for watching this episode of MC Fireside Chats, hosted by Brian Searl and Cara Csizmadia. Have a suggestion for a future show or want to see your campground or company as part of an episode? Email us at hello@moderncampground.com. Join us next week for another episode. And don't miss the latest outdoor hospitality news and commentary from around the world at moderncampground.com.